If you clicked on this video, it's your lucky day. This is the universe telling you exactly what you need to hear. Right now, I want you to forget everything you've ever learned about manifesting, take it out of your head, and throw it in the trash right now. And I'm gonna give you an introduction to how you can make manifesting fun, easy, silly, hot, cool, and perfect for a baddie who is seriously tired of manifesting being extremely serious. Manifesting is not supposed to feel like you're back in 5th grade or even high school failing math. It's not supposed to feel like that teacher that makes you hate a subject. It's supposed to be fun, because think about it like this. Is the dream life you want for yourself a life where you're constantly walking around like someone stuck a lump of coal up back there, and in 24 hours it's gonna turn into a diamond because that's how stuck up you are? If that's not how your dream life looks, if your dream life is not a life that's supposed to be extremely serious, and you want a life where you're not triggered by things, where you have peace and you have fun, you feel at ease, then you cannot be going about the manifestation process and learning how to manifest like everything is supposed to be extremely serious, like Batman or Patrick Bateman. The real reason why you're probably not manifesting things that you want in your life, and why things are taking such a long time to get into your life, and things feel strained, it just feels like things are not moving in your direction, is because you're not letting yourself have fun with the process of manifest. You are obsessed with things having to be perfect. You're obsessed with getting to the nitty-gritty of learning how every single manifestation process works. You're knees deep into manifesting on the internet. Essentially, you're desperate to learn how to manifest. And all of these emotions you're feeling, this chase after learning how to manifest, this like intense emotion, like I want to escape my current life, I want to escape it so bad, that's exactly what's keeping you stuck in that current life. Manifestation is actually quite simple when we get down to it. It's all about aligning how we feel now with the version of ourselves that we want to be, how that version of ourselves would feel. If you had everything that you wanted in your life right now, everything you've ever dreamed of, everything that could make you happy, how would you be feeling? Would you be sitting on your chair like this, like super stuck up? Would you be walking around every single day like, yeah, I'm so serious. Let me tell you about how I seriously made all of this money. I'm so serious. Essentially, would you be on some ego BS? If you had everything you wanted, the confidence, the money, the love, whatever you wanted, would you not be so carefree that you couldn't give an absolute F about what anyone thinks about how you carry yourself? Wouldn't you just be happy as much as you can and just let people do whatever they need to do, say whatever they need to say? If that makes them happy, does it impact you? No. Wouldn't you essentially just be making videos just because you know your life is your life? You don't need to explain it to anyone. If you knew that everything was just going to come to you really easily, if you just let go, if you just said, okay, whatever someone has to say about me, whatever someone might make me feel, is that how I want to feel in the future? No. So am I going to feel like that now? No, because that's not a feeling that I identify will fit into my life in the future. Essentially, that is how manifesting works. And this is exactly why when you want to manifest quicker, the first thing you need to do is become more of a silly goose. This does not mean that you go out and you go drinking, you go partying, and you're like, okay, everything is going to come to me no matter what. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to tell you is you need to embrace being imperfect and just start doing things. You need to do things even if they feel scary. You need to do what would that version of you who is living your dream life, what would they be doing? Even if it feels extremely scary. Like, would you post pictures of yourself in your outfits? Would you dance in public just because you're feeling it? Would the dream version of you be rude to people because you had some bad day when you woke up and now you need to make it everyone else's problem? And the reason why I said having fun with it, doing things, just letting things go, isn't just going out and partying and drinking or whatever. The reason why I said that is because manifesting is not drowning your problem. It's not just, I'm just gonna have fun and I'm gonna let go and let God. No. Because if you haven't worked on yourself, then the manifesting is not going to manifest. It's not going to be giving what it needs to give. You're not going to eat what you need to eat up. Things you consume like music, movies, alcohol, or the devil's broccoli, those will only enhance the version of yourself that you are right now. It will only enhance your natural state. And if your natural state is, I hate my life, everybody sucks, all of my problems need to be everyone else's problem, manifesting is super hard. You're not gonna let go and let God when you sit down and have a beer to relax yourself. You're just gonna enhance the feeling of that emptiness that you're definitely not trying to feel in the future. The first thing you need to do is you need to be so serious about your dream life that you become unserious. Like, you need to overthink so much about your dream life that you underthink it. Like, you realize, damn, like if I end up thinking too much about everything, I'm not going to get anywhere. So you need to get up and you need to start filming. You need to start putting yourself out there. You need to start singing. You need to start dancing. You need to start expressing yourself. You need to embrace your creativity, whatever that may be. And if you're someone who's your whole life thought that life was just about like, oh, I need to go to college, I need to start an investment account, I need to have a good job, and I need to have a retirement account, and blah, 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 blah. This might be a little hard. If you have not been taught how to use your creativity, this will be hard and it will feel weird because it's not a state that you've been taught to do. This is exactly why you need to let yourself fail. That is actually step one in learning how to manifest, letting yourself fail at the things that you are drawn towards doing. Do you want to sing? Have you ever felt like some pull towards singing? Have you ever felt a pull towards making videos? Have you ever felt a pull towards whatever it may be, grooming dogs, writing books? You need to let yourself fail at it. You need to let yourself do so terribly that only a mother could love whatever it is you're doing, maybe even so. When you let yourself fail and you're like, okay, today's mission, fail. Today's mission is fail. Failed successfully. Then you'll just actually learn to let yourself do things, and then you'll realize, actually, it's just about having fun with the process more than it's about me being the perfect person at this. Because think about it like this. Manifesting, learning how to manifest and learning how to manifest successfully, it's all kind of like learning how to ride a bike. What do you want to do? You want to ride a bike. Can you envision yourself riding the bike? Yes. Can you envision how happy you would be riding the bike? Yes. Is it a little daunting to ride the bike? Yes. Will you get to ride the bike if you do not ride the bike? No. So you need to go up and ride that bike. And then you'll fall and you'll fall again, but you'll never be a loser of learning how to ride a bike unless you quit trying to learn to ride that bike. Eventually, you will be riding smooth. You will be riding super easy. But it takes you getting extremely comfortable with putting on your helmet and saying, let's fail today. Let's fail so bad. And then every time you actually win, it's like, oh, actually, I ended up winning. You're taking away the pressure on yourself to make everything perfect, because perfect doesn't exist. Perfect is a mind prison you've invented for yourself to keep you from taking the risks that you need to take. Because when you tell yourself everything needs to be perfect before I take risks, before I do anything, then you don't do anything, and then that's easy. Now you don't have to take any risks. Now you don't have to do anything because you told yourself everything needs to be perfect first. That is why being a perfectionist is absolutely not a flex. It's essentially like telling people, yeah, I gaslight myself into never being able to make moves in my life, and I let myself tell myself that it's a good thing. This is why you need to let yourself fail. You need to show up. Show up, even if it's terrible, even if you're not where you want to be, even if you don't look as pretty as you want to look. Show up. Have that feeling in your stomach that, ooh, this is scary, this is embarrassing, this is weird. If it doesn't feel weird, if it doesn't feel a little bit scary, then you're not on the right track. We're not talking it needs to feel scary like Ghostface is haunting you and running after you. No, we're talking like it needs to feel a little like you're stepping out of your comfort zone. If you're not feeling like you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you're not leaving your comfort zone, and you cannot manifest within your comfort zone. But the way you become comfortable with leaving your comfort zone is just saying failing is okay. I'm not used to being in this territory, so why should I be perfect at it? Imagine you're a basketball player and you've been playing high school basketball for the last 3-4 years. And now you're in college and you are the youngest and the least experienced on the college team. You were the most experienced on your high school team. Now you're the least experienced in a higher rank. It is, of course, okay for you to fail. You're moving into territory you've never been before. This is exactly why you need to get good at laughing with yourself. I made a mistake. Hallelujah. That means I'm this closer to being the version of myself that I want to be. And the more you can laugh with yourself about the mistakes that you make instead of cussing yourself out for all of the things that you didn't do right, the more you will align with the version of yourself that is whole, aka the version of yourself that has everything. You're never going to become an unlimited, abundant creature in this thing we call the universe if you do not embrace everything that you are, everything that you've been through, and you accept yourself and you pat yourself on the back for every version of yourself you've been through. And by the way, doing this does not mean that you're endorsing all of the things that you used to do. It means you're recognizing that without you having gone through whatever it is you went through, you would never have been where you are now. It's saying, you know what? Good job, buddy, to your inner child, the version of yourself that was just doing their best to make it through life the way they deserve. When you go and you say thank you so much to your past self, no matter what you've gone through, and you applaud that version of yourself, even though you're like, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, then your body starts relaxing. And you can start being like, you know what? I can have fun with myself. I can forgive. I can literally, instead of only just forgiving, I can say, I am enough. I am whole even when I make mistakes. I'm actually even more whole when I make mistakes because I'm going to let every mistake be a part of me becoming more and more whole. You stop judging yourself and you start just moving, because the judging yourself is literally putting yourself in a mental prison. Like you're sitting and you're like, okay, so I hate the past version of myself because the past version of myself did this and I'm never, ever going to do that again. You're talking to your inner child. That is you talking to your inner child. Oh yeah, you did this? I don't like that. This is the new me. I'm going to manifest everything that I want in my life. Do you think your inner child feels happy about you saying that? No. Instead, when you're like, thank you so much. Good job. I'm so happy we did what we needed to do. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Your body can relax. Your body's like, okay. And then you can start having fun. You can start shedding that skin, shedding that mane or whatever it is that has been tucking you down. And that's when you can start being a silly goose. And that's when you can start manifesting. But you can't do that without thanking yourself, even if you did things that you weren't proud of. You need to be proud of yourself for still being here today. That is enough. This is when you step into high energy manifesting territory. You have now understood that you need to fail in order to manifest. You have to thank your old self. And now your body can finally relax. It's like, okay, so what's next? When you don't feel like failing is a bad thing, and when you know that, well, what you did before brought you here and you can't focus too much on it because it's not going to take you where you need to go. The only next objective becomes, what can I do and how can I play, aka play a character, to become the version of myself that I deserve to be? Well, you know what? I just got to show up as that version. And here, the trick that I always like to think is the best trick to make manifestation hot, funny, just something that's not tedious, is for you to imagine the version of yourself as a character that you're being paid to play in a play or in a movie or act as online. This, again, will just make your body relax more because you're saying to yourself, oh, this is not me trying to replace my old self. This is not me trying to kick my old self out the door like we always hear in these manifestation videos. Like, yeah, you just have to imagine the new version of yourself and step into it. No. We're trying to make it easy for your nervous system here. Fun and easy and effortless almost. Not quite effortless, but it's going to feel more like playing than it's going to feel like you're pushing a big stone up a hill. You're going to think up a character and you're going to think, ooh, who is this person? What does she like to do? What does she like to eat? What does she want to do? What are her dreams? What are her wishes? What does she do? What does the dream version of me do? How does she act? How does she dress? And instead of saying, this is me, this is how I am going to be, you're going to say, this is a character and I have to learn to play her. Just like an actor who's learning how to play a character, the first couple times when they're trying to play the character, it's going to take time for them to get into character. And the more an actor plays a specific character, the more you can see how they embody that character. You can see the character developing because the actor puts their behind into acting as that person. That is what you're going to have to do with the dream version of yourself. You're getting into character, not you, because we're not trying to scare your nervous system into believing that you're kicking yourself out of your home, aka your body and your mind, because that's exactly what's going to make you unable to manifest. And that's when you're going to become super serious, and that's when you're going to have like that stuck up feeling that's going to turn a lump of coal into a diamond in less than 24 hours. Instead, you're going to be like, okay, we're going to have fun. We're going to play a character. If you've ever had drama class, I mean, I was a theater kid, so go figure. In drama, you'll learn like you just gotta have fun with it. You gotta express yourself. You gotta overdo. And you know that this is not who you are. This is not you. So you can overdo it a little bit extra. You can see, okay, how far can I take this character? And I mean, how far and like, what do you want to achieve? What would this person do if they had all of the things they want? How would they carry themselves? What would they focus on? What would be their daily life? I'm not talking you go and take risks and get into debt that you shouldn't get into. That's not what we're promoting here. But I mean, you wake up and you're like, if I had to play this character and have fun playing this character, how would I play them? And then you're like, oh, it's actually not that hard. Because as an actor, you're not supposed to be perfect at playing that character the first time you're trying to act. And here you have to think about yourself as a actress that has never acted before. Are you going to be perfect at playing this character? No. Do you have acting skills? Maybe not. Maybe you do. So it's not going to be completely easy to do this. And you're not going to let yourself feel bad about it not being completely easy because it's not something you've ever done before. And that's why you can have more fun with it, because it's not something you've ever done before. So it's kind of like joining a painting class or a pottery class or whatever type of class you've never done before. You're just doing it for fun. It's like singing karaoke knowing very well that it's going to be bad. And that's exactly why you're having more fun with it, because you're not expecting yourself to be good. And then when you do that enough and you just enter into playing this character, playing this avatar as a joke for fun, then you're going to be like, oh, this is actually fun. This is easy. And you're going to want to lean into that character more because that character brings you freedom. It brings you freedom from the reality that you're probably trying to escape, quote unquote. But you're not telling your body that, oh, we need to escape this ASAP. No, you're like, oh, you know what? It's still there, but I'll deal with it tomorrow. It's kind of like when you have an assignment and you don't want to do this assignment, and instead you're just going to go party with your friends. Like there's so many other things that you could be doing. The regular, old school manifesting where we sit down and we feel like we're in math class and we hate math class and we feel like we're always failing math class and like it doesn't even make sense and I don't want to be here anymore. That type of manifesting is the assignment that you don't want to do. The real funny manifesting is the manifesting where it's like, okay, it's all fun. It's all an illusion. It's all the matrix. We're just having fun. We're just going to see what could go wrong. Everything could go wrong. Maybe everything will go wrong. But you know what? I'm still here. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Da, 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 da. If you do this, if you do exactly what I just told you, and expecting yourself to fail at it once in a while, just saying, I'm going to fail at this. I'm going to fail at this miserable. I'm going to fail at this miserably. Then you let yourself step into a flow state because you're letting yourself act on your ideas instead of react as the version of you that you used to be. You act on the creativity of the version of yourself that you want to be instead of reacting as the old version of you that is trying to hold you in some safe spot that is no longer productive for you. When you get to the level where you can just play with the avatar, with the character you've created, and you can start create as the character you have created, then manifesting becomes easy. It just becomes energy in motion. You're just putting your energy out there and you're saying, doesn't matter if the universe doesn't respond. It's out there. I don't want anything back. I don't expect anything back. And then the universe is going to reward you with everything that you've wanted. But only when you're like sending out the energy and then you're moving on to the next thing. Sending out the energy and you're like, okay, what are we doing next? What else are we doing? What are we having fun with? And that is exactly how you rewire yourself to learn how to manifest in a fun way that is both fun, hot, and perfect for the baddies. So go out, have fun, fail, do it again, and see how far this is actually going to take you, because it will give you everything you desire and even more.